Sorry for a little late.
Did he just wink at me?
You having a good time?
We're having a great time.
You are working for the wrong man. I want you to work for us.
It's the start of the new year, and Prime Video is bringing a lineup of amazing movies that span across genres: action, drama, comedy, thrillers, and even some based on real-life stories. What I love about this month is the mix of classics, underrated gems, and brand new releases. Whether you're in the mood for mind-blowing action, heartfelt drama, or just a good laugh, Prime Video has got you covered. And today, I'll share my picks for the best of what's streaming or coming to Prime Video this month. Let's dive in. A Quiet Place, Day 1. If you're into post-apocalyptic horror, this is one of the big ones on Prime Video right now. It's a prequel to A Quiet Place, and stars Lupita Nyong'o, Joseph Quinn, and Alex Wolff. Now, while I'll admit I still hold the original film close to my heart, this movie offers a fresh look at how the terrifying invasion started. It's got its own vibe and expands the universe in a really intriguing way. Not to mention, Lupita Nyong'o is just phenomenal in her role. If you've loved the series so far, this one's worth the watch. In the Heat of the Night, 1967.
I do not want that Negro officer taken off this case.
Prime Video is giving us a masterpiece with this classic starring Sidney Poitier. It's more than just a murder mystery. It's a film that dives deep into themes of racism and justice in America. Poitier plays a Philadelphia detective who's wrongly accused of murder in a small southern town, and the tension between him and the local police is electrifying. What I love is how relevant this movie still feels today. It's powerful, moving, and yes, still a great mystery at its core. If you haven't seen it, trust me, it's a must-watch.
Don't you push me, boy!
They call me Mr. Tibbs.
What kind of people?
Unforgiven, 1992.
They're paying $1,000 to whatever kills the two boys that cut up Delilah.
Are you really gonna kill them cowboys?
Clint Eastwood's Unforgiven is another classic now available. It's one of those movies that stays with you long after the credits roll. It's not your typical Western. It's darker, grittier, and questions the very idea of heroism. Eastwood directs and stars alongside Morgan Freeman and Gene Hackman, delivering a story about vengeance, morality, and the consequences of violence. Even if you're not into Westerns, this one might change your mind. It's that good.
Just because we're going on this killing, that don't mean I'm gonna go back to being the way I was.
American Sniper, 2014.
I got a military-age male on a cell phone watching the convoy.
I think he's reporting troop movement. You have a green light. Your call, over.
Directed by Clint Eastwood and starring Bradley Cooper, American Sniper is one of the best modern war movies out there. Cooper's performance as Chris Kyle is so good that it's hard to look away. The film doesn't shy away from showing the personal toll of war, and that makes it a deeply emotional watch. And here's a fun fact. Cooper took a percentage deal instead of upfront pay for this film, and it paid off big time. A great choice if you're in the mood for something intense and thought-provoking. 5. Boogie Nights.
Yep. Jack Warner, filmmaker. I make exotic pictures.
Boogie Nights is a wild ride through the 70s and 80s, exploring the rise and fall of a young adult film star. Mark Wahlberg and Julianne Moore shine in this movie, and while it has its dark moments, it's also strangely captivating. It's not just about the adult film industry. It's about the era, the culture, and the music, all wrapped up in an epic story. If you've never seen it, buckle up. It's a fascinating, sometimes uncomfortable, but ultimately unforgettable film. The Equalizer, 2014.
What you knowing about?
It is about a guy who's a knight in shining armor, except he lives in a world where knights don't exist anymore.
Denzel Washington in The Equalizer is an absolute force of nature. This is one of those action movies that keeps you glued to the screen, with Denzel as an ex-CIA operative quietly living a normal life until he's forced to take justice into his own hands. What I love about this movie is how creative the fight scenes are, especially the hardware store climax. It's just pure brilliance. If you're in the mood for a smart, stylish action flick, this one is a no-brainer.
A man with his skill, I want to know who he really is.
He won't stop until he kills you and anyone you care about.
Edge of Tomorrow.
What I am about to tell you sounds crazy, but you have to listen to me.
This is one of those rare sci-fi action movies that gets better every time you watch it. Tom Cruise and Emily Blunt are just perfect together in this high-stakes time loop thriller. The concept of reliving the same day while fighting aliens might sound like it's been done before, but this movie executes it so well. Plus, Cruise's character goes from clueless to badass in the most entertaining way. And that final act? Pure adrenaline. If you've missed this one, fix that immediately.
I'm not a soldier.
Of course you're not. You're a weapon.
The Last Samurai.
What do you want?
To know my enemy.
Tom Cruise again, but this time in a much more dramatic role. The Last Samurai is visually stunning and emotionally powerful. It's not just about battles, it's about culture, honor, and redemption. Cruise plays a broken soldier who finds purpose among the samurai, and the way this movie balances epic action scenes with heartfelt storytelling is just beautiful. It's a movie that stays with you long after the credits roll. The Ides of March, 2011.
I've worked on more campaigns than most people have. By the time they're 40, he's the only one that's going to actually make a difference in people's lives.
Politics can be a messy business, and the Ides of March dives right into the chaos. Ryan Gosling plays a campaign manager navigating the murky waters of political ambition, backdoor deals, and betrayal. George Clooney also stars, delivering a sharp and captivating performance. What makes this movie so good is how relevant it feels even today. It's a thrilling, behind-the-scenes look at how the political game is really played. If you're a fan of smart dramas, this is one to watch.
Dignity matters. Integrity matters. Our future depends on it.
Steven, don't do this.
Scent of a Woman.
Would you like to learn to tango, Donna?
Right now?
Al Pacino won an Oscar for his role in this classic, and for good reason. His performance as a blind, retired Army officer is both commanding and deeply human. The story follows him and a young student, played by Chris O'Donnell, on a weekend adventure full of life lessons and one iconic tango scene. It's one of those movies that tugs at your heartstrings while making you think about life's big questions. If you've never seen it, it's time to check it off your list.
Mr. Sims, you are a cover-up artist and you are a liar.
But not a snitch!
If you're into absurd, over-the-top humor, MacGruber is a comedy goldmine.
Where have you been?
I just took an upper decker in the master bathroom.
Upper decker?
Yes, where you take a number 2 in the water tank and not in the bowl. You look great.
Will Forte plays a hilariously inept action hero, and the movie is packed with ridiculous moments that'll have you laughing out loud. Just a warning, this one is definitely not for everyone. It's crude, outrageous, and unfiltered, but that's part of its charm. If you liked classics like Airplane or The Naked Gun, this could be your new guilty pleasure. Horrible Bosses, 2011, and Horrible Bosses 2, 2014.
You want it? It's 8:15 a.m. It's 18-year-old Scott. If you want a promotion, you gotta earn it.
2 movies, double the laughs. The first Horrible Bosses is an absolute comedy gem, with Jason Bateman, Charlie Day, and Jason Sudeikis hilariously plotting against their nightmare bosses. It's clever, chaotic, and incredibly relatable. The sequel might not have the same magic as the original, but it still delivers plenty of laughs. Both movies are perfect for a binge watch session when you need a good pick-me-up.
Getting together with the guys, chugging one after the other.
He thinks he's in an AA meeting.
Who doesn't love a foul-mouthed talking teddy bear?
Oh! Laurie, hey, you're home early.
Who are these girls?
Seth MacFarlane's Ted is a wild ride, blending heart and hilarity in the most unexpected ways. Mark Wahlberg and Mila Kunis are great, but let's be honest, Ted steals the show. The unrated version adds even more crude jokes, so if you're into outrageous comedy with a surprising amount of heart, this is a must-watch.
Down here, not looking up your towel, swear to God, not looking at your funny business.
Unstoppable, 2025.
If I win, having one leg won't be the most important thing about me.
This brand new Prime original releasing on January 16th is one I'm really looking forward to. It's the true story of a young man born with one leg who becomes a national wrestling champion. Don Cheadle and Jennifer Lopez make appearances, but honestly, the inspirational story is the real star here. It's one of those movies that'll make you tear up, cheer, and feel all the feels. Mark your calendars. You don't want to miss this one.
When they see you, they don't see someone who's missing a leg. They see someone who is unstoppable.
Blink twice.
So, everybody's dead. How about we start at the beginning?
Releasing on January 21st, Blink Twice is a psychological thriller starring Channing Tatum and directed by Zoe Kravitz. It's a slick, intense movie with a lot to unpack, but fair warning, it might not be for everyone. Some parts are pretty disturbing, and while I loved certain elements, the ending didn't quite land for me. That said, it's definitely worth a watch if you're into dark, thought-provoking thrillers.
I'm eating amazing food.
So do you think the human sacrifice is before or after dinner?
You Are Cordially Invited, 2025.
Oh no. We've double booked your weddings. What?
To drop on January 30th, this Prime original comedy starring Will Ferrell and Reese Witherspoon looks like a chaotic, laugh-out-loud wedding flick. Think Father of the Bride meets Will Ferrell's signature humor. The double booking premise is classic comedy gold, and with these two leads, I'm expecting some truly hilarious moments. If you love wedding movies, this one's for you.
I caught this guy and I was gonna unleash him, but then I wrestled him too hard and now I think he's dead.
That's not dead.
Okay.
Pick it up!
See you later, alligator!
Now, this one is a bit of a wild card. The Cutting Edge is a cult classic about a figure skater and a hockey player who team up for the Olympics. It's melodramatic, over the top, and oddly charming. It's not for everyone, but if you're in the mood for something nostalgic and a little cheesy, this one fits the bill. Plus, it's rarely available on streaming, so take advantage while it's here.
I'm just about 4 hours late here, Rita.
Rita.
Anita.
Gita. Gita.
Close.
You're gonna be an agent.
Say it again, okay?
You're gonna be an agent.
Friday Night Lights 2004, Knocked Up 2007, and Breach 2007. On the last day of January, Prime Video is bringing in some serious variety. Friday Night Lights is a heartfelt sports drama, Knocked Up is a Judd Apatow comedy classic, and Breach is an underrated political thriller about a real-life espionage scandal. If you're in the mood for suspense, Breach is a hidden gem that deserves more attention.
He's a traitor, Eric. Started spying for the Russians in 1985. The damage he's done to the U.S. government is in the billions. It might be years before we truly know how many deaths he's been responsible for.
That's the full lineup for January on Prime Video. From inspiring true stories to hilarious comedies and unforgettable classics, there's something for everyone this month. Let me know what you're excited to watch in the comments below. Thanks for tuning in, and I'll see you next time on Popcorn Cinema Flicks.